Latin is a lot of fun. It's tough, but it's good to get into. I kind of, one of those things that I didn't think I was going to enjoy. I only got in it because I'd heard it in a movie one time and I thought it sounded cool. So then my freshman year, all of it was really crazy and it didn't make any sense to me, so I thought, well, I'll just get in it for the credit. Then sophomore year it started making sense and really started clicking, and I have really enjoyed it.
Hi, my name's Tabby. I'm a senior. I joined the Latin class my freshman through junior year, and it was a great experience. I wanted to be a doctor when I grow up. I still do. That's what inspired me to take Latin my freshman year, because I knew a lot of the medications that people were taking, a lot of the roots derived from Latin or Greek, so I thought it'd be a good jump start on that.
What I like about it, it's neat because you get to learn something that, you know, may be really old, but it's really like ingrained in our culture, and it helps you understand English words, and it's just really cool to be able to read stuff that people wrote thousands of years ago.
I love the class. The Aeneid is great. It's difficult and challenging, but I enjoy that. And I feel like besides getting the grammar, which I enjoy, I'm also learning more about the history and the mythology, which wasn't really why I decided to take Latin in the first place, but I've enjoyed it since I've started picking up on it.
Some pros about it is, like, well, Mr. Kirby for one, he's a good teacher, and well, it's really fun if you want to learn something new, and some of the cons are it's a lot of work, there's a lot of homework, but you just gotta buckle down and do it, and you'll be fine if you just do the homework.
Ignore them.
It was really overwhelming at first because you have to know declensions and conjugations and verb tenses and all this stuff, but once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun, and it's actually cool to be able to say that you can read like a dead language, and these are like classic works of art that we're reading in Latin for that people have heard of but that they've never read, so it's kind of cool to be able to say that you read that.
Having friends in Latin you can study with makes it definitely a lot easier instead of just doing it all by yourself.
And let's say that you did poorly on an assignment. What else are you allowed to do?
You're allowed to come in and correct it and get Mr. Kirby's help. It's awesome.
What JCL stands for?
JCL stands for the Junior Classical League. It's not just Latin, it's classical studies all in all. Academics can include Greek, Latin, mythology, they have Roman history, reading comprehension. They have all kinds of academic tests, so whatever you're interested in, they probably cover it. Usually we have a okay JCL delegation going, but with the freshmen coming in, I hope we have a bigger JCL delegation.
Well, Kurtamen is like this 4-person team that goes to competitions, and you have these buzzers and you answer questions really fast. And I thought it'd be just really fun because you have people who specialize in different categories, like one person in language, one in history, one in culture, and one in mythology. And I'm really good at mythology, so I figured it would be fun.
It's kind of like a puzzle, almost. You have to put things together and stuff, and it gives new meaning to the way we communicate, because you realize that the words that you say mean different things than what you think they mean.
Yeah.
The connotative definition or whatever. So it gives a deeper meaning to communication.
On the SAT, I found it to be really helpful. Like,
you did.
There's a part in the SAT where you have to find the meaning of a word, and obviously if you don't study SAT words, you can just know Latin, and that'll probably get you through it.
And you don't even like realize what you're learning, but then like you get to other classes, like in English and stuff, you like know the words and their roots, what they mean. And like I'm in anatomy right now, and like most of the stuff is Latin roots, and so I already know what it means, so it helps a lot. Ecce, look, pictura, espuela, nomina Cornelia.
In the picture is a girl named Cornelia.
Cornelia espuela Romana, quae in Italia habitat.
Cornelia is a Roman girl who lives in Italy.
etiam in pictura es villa rustica ubi Cornelia aestate habitat.
Also in the picture is a country house where Cornelia lives.
I would definitely suggest people who have a strong work ethic and interest in challenging themselves to take Latin. I've seen it with my class specifically. The reason they didn't take it is they didn't want to do extra work, and I don't think that's a good reason to opt out of taking Latin. I think you're really hurting yourself doing so. So I would say don't choose another language just because you want to go the easier route. If you do want to learn and go further, I would say take Latin because it's enjoyable and you have a fantastic teacher, Mr. Kirby, who helps you, nurtures whichever direction you want to go with the study of Latin, whether it's history, mythology, geography, or the language.
If you want to take a chance on something new and neat and different, and you want to get in touch with your classical heritage, I'd take it. I would go for it because it's really fun and it's really interesting, and all the stories and mythology you get to learn. Plus, you have Mr. Kirby, who's such a great teacher.